Yeah, here's another video for us today of our offensive practice. The first couple plays we run power. It's just power, 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 just so we can rep it. Let me go through our progression here. So we're running power to the left here. Our H is kicking out first guy outside the tackle, 5 or wider. Our play side tackle is gap on double team. He has a guy on him, so he's going to block him square, take him where he wants to go. Here it's we got a gap. So guard, same thing, gap on double team. He's doing a push double to the backside backer. They have a combination block there. Backside guard is pulling up and through the hole, blocking the play side inside backer. Backside tackle is wheeling and sealing. So let's watch through. H, we're attacking the inside number. Okay, trying to drive him out. Okay, tackle, you should take 2 steps in the ground, nice and wide, and then just drive the guy straight off for 2I here. We need to get underneath him. We need to get underneath this guy and lift him up and then drive him. Okay, also our feet are too narrow. We need to be wider. That'll help us be lower. Okay. We need to be down on the hip on the push block here. I like how Bert gallops down, but he needs to be down lower on the hip. Punch the hip. Okay. Got our eyes on our linebacker. We want to try to have the linebacker flow over the top. Okay. We want to try to U him out. We stay on this double team as long as we can. Okay. We want this guy to flow over the top, and then we're going to block him out because our running back's going to keep it right down the middle. See, we want him to go that way so we can run the ball down the middle. Now, our running back still makes us right here, but we want to try to U out the linebackers. Okay. U him out. That's what that means. Okay. Center, I like how we take our 2 steps. We could be a little bit lower, but we have our hands inside. We're trying to throw that guy over into our gap, driving our feet. That's great. Okay. Wheel and seal on the backside here. Watch the pulling guard. Okay, this is perfect. He steps back, he skips. He could be a little bit tighter to this wall here, but we're trying to kick this guy out. So then, yet again, we can run that ball inside. Okay. Okay, now we're running it to the right. Same thing. Okay, kick out, gap on double team. He's got a guy on him, so he's going to block him square. Gap on double team. We got a push block to the back to FBI. Okay, these 2 guys work into these 2 guys. Skip pull to the linebacker, wheel and seal. Okay, let's watch. Foam, you should know what I'm going to tell you. Your first step is too big. I like 2 small steps. Take him where he wants to go. Yep, if he wants to go inside, then we'll drive him inside. Okay. This is good by the H back, getting his head inside, blocking the guy out. He could be a little bit lower though. Okay, here we go. We're galloping down here. Okay, don't take that false step there, Lucas. You kind of take a step back before you start galloping. Okay, you take a little step back before you go, which slows you down. Okay, preload that foot so you can get there faster. Okay, now they're starting to slant, guys, if you notice. Okay, he's slanting here. He's slanting there, it looks like, and he's going there. I think that's what they're doing. Yep, that's what they're doing. So now they're starting to bring movement here, guys. So we should be galloping down, punching this hip. Okay, eyes in our gap for whatever's coming. If the linebacker decides to go here, the center will come off. Our guard would stay on him, which is what we do there. It's excellent. Okay, Tags, you could be a little bit tighter on this guy here. Okay, Burke, you could be tighter to the wall. Okay, anticipate we're going to get movement here, start moving more upfield. Now, Burke, I love this. Okay, You're coming up through first daylight like the linebacker is, and something gets in your way. Don't avoid it. Work through it. Okay. Punch right through that and try to create the hole. Punch right through it to try to get to your linebacker. This is excellent right here because our running back should run the ball right there, which he's a little slow to, but he finally gets there and it's good for us. Okay. We tell our running backs to keep it tight. If you see any color in this hole, you go blow it up. That's an excellent job. Okay, backside, we wheel and seal, replace the guard. Okay, and then block out. Okay, same thing, running power to the right. We kick out. Okay, gap on double, push, double here, backside backer, lead up to the back, play side inside backer, wheel and seal the backside. Foam, first step is too big. Okay, we need to readjust. If this guy starts going this way, we need to readjust our head. I do like how you're just taking him where he wants to go. That's great. Okay, Lucas, watching you. This is better stepping down, galloping down. Okay, that's great. Um, so notice once again, they're starting to move here. Okay, so he slants, he's coming here. Okay, now we got to start picking up movement and blocking our gap. So we gallop down, we see this backer disappear. So now this turns into a drive block. This turns into a drive block for these guys because now they have guys in their gap. Okay, then on the backside, we wheel and seal, cut the guy off. Burke, I wish you would have done the same thing on this play that you did last play. You find the first open window. Now go blow up anything in your path. Don't work around anything. Work through it. Okay? Never work around guys. Work through it because our quarterback should be hitting the ball right there. This is where he should be running it. Okay, that's his fault. Work through it because you see this guy is overplaying it. Okay, get tight in the hole, hit first ugly jersey, work through that. Okay, here the second team. We're kicking out. Okay, we're back up. Gap on double team. So he has a guy on him. So he's taking all of them, double under, driving him straight back, taking him where he wants to go. Okay, we got a push double team here, working to the backside backer, staying tight up through the hole. Okay, wheel and seal the backside. Okay, I'd love it, TC, if we were lower on this guy, lifting him up. He's underneath you, so we don't get any good movement on him. Okay, then we stop moving our feet. Okay, I want you underneath them, but I do like how you start taking him where he wants to go. Okay, that's good. Molitor, I want to see you galloping down. Your second step, you're too close. I want you to gallop down. You need to be down on the hip. You're way too high. You got to be down on the hip here as you're working. Illa, you're also too high. You need to be focusing on getting underneath this guy and lifting him, being physical on this guy, and then having your eyes on your linebacker. You guys have a combo block here. This guy shows up in your gap, so you need to go block him. Okay, this is a push double team. Okay, notice how our hips are nowhere close to each other. We have no power here. Um, Kateria watching you, you just start floating back here. Stay tight to this wall as you shuffle. Stay tight right there. Okay, be the next thing on this wall. Same thing here. Work through this. If something pops up in the gap, go punch it and work through it. Okay, what you do here, this is great. If there's something in that hole, go punch it and work through it. Okay, the running back does a great job here trying to keep it downhill, and then he cuts to the outside when he sees there's nothing there. That's excellent. That's an excellent job by him. Okay, back here, McGinnis. This is actually a great job. You step down, you punch this guy, but you see a threat coming to the B gap. Okay, now what I'd love to see is that you have one hand here and one hand there. You got a double stop sign trying to stop them both. Okay, it'd be great if you can try to slow both of them down there. Okay, running it to the left again, gap on double, gap on double, on the front side, gap on double. Okay, these three guys, gap on double team. That's what they're doing. Okay. So tackle has a guy on him, block him square. Okay, double team here, push to the backside backer, lead up and through, wheel and seal. Okay, we're kicking out with the H on this is power here. Okay, TC, I love your feet a lot more, and you are lower. You could be even lower though, even lower. But I love how you're running your feet here and you got a wide base. Okay, you got that nice triangle base there, and we're running the guy down. That's great. Okay. Okay. Molitor, once again, we're turning. We're not galloping. But the biggest thing is that Illa, we're not doing this right, bud. Okay, I don't know exactly what we're doing here. I think you're doing a base double team, and we're just way too soft. Okay, we need to be getting under this guy and moving him. Okay, we need to be punching that down lineman there. We need to be getting after him. Okay, we're trying to throw this guy into your gap with this push double. Okay, we need to be throwing this guy into your gap, and then Molitor's coming off. Okay, it's just you work to the other side, you lose your leverage, and now that guy's going and making the tackle. Okay, Kateria, once again, you're kind of just floating back. Stay tight. Stay tight to this right here. Now start going and attacking the line of scrimmage. Go right there, right there. Go get on your horse and go blow the first thing up. Go blow it up. And then the running back will make us right. Okay, we're running another power here. Okay, Majetic, I think you just have a brain fart here. Okay, we're kicking out first guy outside the tackle and power. So gap on double. You should be basing this guy. Okay, blowing him off the ball. We have our push to backside backer, lead up through the hole, wheel and seal. Okay, everything just falls apart because Majetic doesn't block his guy. Okay, he thinks it's trap. Now, if it was trap, I like how you take the path of least resistance to get there. Okay, but it's not trap. Okay, get down on the hip, Burke. You're too high. Get down on the hip. Push that guy over. Okay, you do go to your backer and you try to U him out. Okay, if we did this right, the ball should be ran right there. Okay, there's the crease. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, backside guard, blow up the first thing you see in the hole. Now I know you run by that guy and your linebacker shows up. That's fine. Okay, but if we were to actually gotten this guy driven down, you probably would have ran into him first. Just make sure you're a wrecking ball into that first daylight you see. Okay, film, this is pretty good. Make sure you turn your body completely and wall this guy off. Okay, next one. Power again. Okay, you got to get underneath this guy here. Got to push double team to the backside, play side backer, wheel and seal on power. Okay, this is great. Okay, I can see how you got your hands inside, nice tight hands. You're still too high, but your hips are lower than his, so you're able to jack him up. Watch how he pops up. Poof, that little pop right there. And now we're able to drive him off the ball. There's a little poof right there, little pop, which is great. Okay, Burke, this is much better down on the hip. Notice how he goes for a ride, and now you can U this guy out. you can block him out, and he should be running the ball right there, which he finally does, which is great. That's exactly what we're looking for. Okay. Lucas, good job staying tight. You could even be a little bit tighter, but you're blocking this guy out, which is great. Okay. And we're getting that funnel nice and tight inside. That's fantastic. Okay. This is a good example. Okay. And foam, you cut your guy off, you do your job. Okay. That's a great example of what that should look like. Okay. Another power, same thing. Okay. We love running it to the left for some reason. Okay. Right there, right there. Okay, push double to backside, beat up and through, wheel and seal. Okay. You need to be a little bit lower, Majetic. Okay, but you have nice hands. Okay, your hands are inside, but he's getting underneath you. You need to drop your hips and your head. You need to get your helmet underneath his chin and then pop him up. Okay, Burke, a lot better on the double team. Fantastic. Good. And yep, if that guy wants to, if you're guy that you're comboing to wants to backdoor it, then just keep staying right here. There's no way he's going to get to this play. If he wants to try to backdoor it, when you guys do this, he's never going to get there. Now, I will say this, Tags, you need to have your head on the other side. Okay. You need to have your head in your gap right there, looking for any threat coming to your gap. Okay. It should be you, Tags, eventually just coming off and try to get in a hand on that guy. Okay. Lucas staying tight. That's excellent. Okay, good job. Now look at this hand. You're going to hug the guy. You want to have nice, tight hands like Alton does. Okay, getting his hands inside. We don't want to wrap him up like that. We're going to get called for holding. Okay. Uh, Foam, you need to be more, you need to step harder in. You need to replace this guard more here. Okay, you don't step in a lot, and there's this huge gap right here. We can't have that. You need to step down and replace and then turn back. Okay. Okay, my father-in-law is getting some glamour shots here. Here we go. Now we're on the team. Now we start stunting a little bit more. So let's see how we pick up the stunts. Okay, here we go. What are we running? We're running boot right. Okay, we're running boot right. So it's just like counter right. But instead of kicking out the first guy, we are now getting depth and try to scoop this 7 technique, the guy that we're working to. Everybody else, we're running counter. Okay, gap on double, gap on double. Okay, gap on double. Backside pull, wheel and seal. Okay, now let's look. Guy on him, not in his gap, so he's going to block him square. Okay, since Foam said something really smart here, he said, since I know it's boot, coach, can I attack his outside shoulder? Yes, you can. Gain leverage. That's a smart idea. Okay, our guard blocking down. Now, the center has someone that walks up into his gap. So he's going to say gap, 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 which means, hey, we're blocking our gap here. We're going to just step to our gap and take whoever comes. I know we haven't talked about that or covered that yet. Just haven't had enough time with all the things we got to cover. We will get to that where if we're on a double team, okay, we're on a double team and someone steps up into our gap, the double team is now off. Okay. And we just say gap, 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 and we step to our gap and take who comes. Okay. That's including if this, now let's say this linebacker steps up. Okay. This linebacker steps up in the A gap. Okay. The guard in the center who are typically working to that backside linebacker, that double team is now off. And they would say gap, gap, gap. So the guard would take that linebacker here. Okay. And this center knows that nose guard is probably going to slant there. So he would take the nose guard. Okay. When in doubt, block your gap. And if you have a double team, okay, so push to the backside backer. If someone steps up in the other person's gap, the double team is now off and you say gap, 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 gap. You let them know. So here we should have a gap call and we're blocking our gap. Okay. Taking whoever comes to it. All right, so let's watch. Okay, watch Thome here. His guy goes outside. So he's going to try to cut him off, but he's just going to block him wherever he goes. So that's a great job. Okay, watching our play side guard. He's blocking his gap. Okay, he's drive blocking that guy away from the play. Okay, our center drives block this guy away from the play. Our backside guard opens up. He could open wider. Okay, I want you to step back to 4 or 5 o'clock, get deep and run. Okay, you're too flat still. I want you to turn it open to try to get there. You do get there. You get to his outside shoulder and you scoop him, which is great. That's exactly what that should look like right there. I'll play it again. Okay. He gets out to that outside shoulder, turns around and cuts him off. That's excellent. Okay. Backside, we wheel and seal Alton. This is excellent here. You step down, you check B gap, you give a hand there, and then you give a hand to the backside. This is excellent. Okay. Trying to wall off and replace the guard. That's exactly how that should look. Great job. Okay. Next play here. Okay, I can't tell if this is sweep or dive. I want to say this is sweep. Okay. I I think it's sweep just based off of what Alton is doing here. Okay, he's scooping the backside. But it's kind of hard to tell because here, Lucas, it looks like you're galloping, which you should be scooting to cover the sky. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay. But let's just say it's sweep because of the path of the running back as well. He looks like he's going out this way. So let's say this is sweep. Okay. So we're on a sweep to the right, our H drive blocking. We got a base double here. Okay. Gap on double team for everybody across the board. Gap on double, gap on double, gap on double, gap on double, gap on double. Okay. So we should have a double team here. So base to this linebacker because our rule is that the center works to the backside linebacker against a odd front. Okay. We know the H is on the front side, so we should not make an overcall. Okay, so let me clear this up here. These two guys are working for these two. These two are working for these two. Okay, he's responsible for the B gap. He's going to check B gap if nothing comes, and then he's going to come and wall this guy off. Okay, so let's watch. We're going to watch right to left. Okay, H does a good job getting to his guy, attacking him. Okay, Thome, it should be one step, second step, right at this guy. Okay, you step with the wrong foot. Okay, he goes out. So if he goes out now, he's in your gap. Drive him and take him where he wants to go. If you want to go, if he wants to go outside, drive him outside, just like you're doing. That's great. You're just running. You're running. I'd like to see your legs a little bit wider here. Okay, because it'd be really easy for him to throw you off if he was bigger. Okay. Okay, but you have a base block, which remember, a base block is that if he lets you reach him, then reach him. If he runs outside, then drive him outside. Okay. That's that block there. And that's what it turns into because he slants out to your gap. So this turns into a single our guard here. This is what we worked on today. So if I see this guy disappear, if I see color disappear, I am going to rewind as I work to my linebacker. And this is why we rewind. Do you see where this guy's going? I should put my foot in the ground and come back and put my shoulder right in this guy's sternum. Okay. So I step, hip disappears. I'm going to come back and punch this guy because look, the linebacker has not committed anywhere yet. Okay. Let's go help out this backside guy. Okay. Because look where this ball is going to get ran, guys. It's coming right there. That's where the ball's going. All right. So let's get that done. You do eventually get there and do that. Okay, but let's do it right away. As soon as you see that hip disappear, put your foot in the ground, rewind. Go punch that guy. Go stake this guy off. Go stop him from his trying to get into his gap. He's trying to get here. Stop him from doing that. So then we have a hole to run the ball. Okay. Center and backside guard. Same thing. He's slanting. We have a base technique. Take him where he wants to go. If he wants to run, run him to the sideline. If he lets you reach him, then reach him, but just run your feet. Okay. Backside guard, same thing. We should not be opening here. We should be nice and square. Okay. Once you see hip disappears, we should be rewinding right here. Okay. If there's nothing to rewind to, then we're working up to our linebacker, which is the backside linebacker. You should not be working to him. You should be working to your linebacker right there. Okay. Someone else is responsible for that. Okay. Okay, Majetic, you're kind of doing a wheel and seal here. I don't want that on this. Okay. I want you to step to your gap. If nothing comes to your gap, then you're going to scoop this guy. Okay. You kind of just look like you're doing a wheel and seal and you're super soft. Don't be soft. Okay, go attack this guy. That's what we're looking for here. Okay. My okay, Brea, my baby just woke up from her nap. So I'm going to pause the video right here and then I'll come back and finish the video tonight.